Ahead and start, some of the concepts behind Thinksavio, why we started Thinksavio, and then at the end we'll probably spend 15, 20 minutes for your question and answers. Okay. So to start off the, Thinksavio, I'll give you the introduction, why Thinksavio started, what was the reason behind. To give an introduction, I came to this country 21 years ago, 1998, 99 time frame. I was investing in the stock market also because and everybody in the room as bachelors are talking about stocks. So I thought, okay, I should do something too. With having no knowledge, I invested into some stocks, whatever I know, whatever people are talking, and I lost at least $17,000 back in days. Then I said to myself, being a bachelor, losing $17,000 is a lot of money back days. Then I said, man, I really wasted a lot of money. I should have bought some land or whatever in our hometown. But anyway, so I felt bad that, oh, I should never invest here. This is not for me. And then I said, I'm not going to touch it. So if we fast forward until 2018, I never even touched the stocks according to my commitment or my promise, right? As you see on the screen, on 2018, May 30th, I unexpectedly or accidentally read this article in CNBC, which talked about the top 10 hedge funds and how they made their money. So I read this article as it was so interesting, and I got stuck at this point. I read it. What is this guy per hour? He's making $192,000 per hour. This is on May 30th and 2018. I'm sure his numbers could have gone up much more by now in 3 years. But this number made me to, stuck. And I got stuck like moonstruck. And then what was going on here? Why he is able to make 192,000? What is he? Who is he? And then I went obviously to Google and then researched what is Renaissance technology and all that stuff. Then I came to know that, okay, Renaissance technology is investing into the stock market. Okay. So there is a lot of potential in the stock market. I said to myself, okay, back days, I don't know who to follow and I lost money. Now that I know this James Simons or Renaissance technology, accordingly, Appaloosa management, David Tepper, likewise Citadel, you may heard all these names, Bridgewater Associates, Ray Dalio. All these successful, hedge fund managers made a lot of money and have been making money. So what I said to myself was, okay, let us see where they're investing. And if I know which stocks they're investing, if I can simply follow them and I invest the same stocks, perhaps I can make some success, if not as much as their success. That is the whole reason or enlightenment I got on May 30th, made me to come back to stock market. That is the introduction part. So that day I started with just, these 10 institutions data, and and me and just Anil over here in this team, who is hosting this. He and I just started, and he's assisting me back from India. And as an IT, hey Anil, pull this one. How to find it. We are in the beginners. I have no knowledge, and then now trying to find out how or where these Renaissance invested and what stocks. And that's how we started the journey. And if you fast forward from 2018 till today, we have collected almost 5,700 institutions. Let it be Renaissance technology, what you are seeing here, or Citadel, Appaloosa management, or whoever you name it. Pretty much we have their data in our Thinksavio website. We'll go into it a little bit later. So the idea here is, you might say, so what? If you know them, how can you be successful, or how can we be successful, right? So here comes the concept of law of averages, mathematical term. Let's say you bring, from all over India, all IIT, IIM students into a classroom, right? You brought all of them, Chennai or Calcutta, wherever the IITs are, you bring all the top stream students to one classroom and you ask them one question, right? Out of 100 students, let's say 95 students or 94% of students said one answer B, right? Whatever the question could be. So when you have an answer B with 94% of top IITs are saying, and you write the answer B in your examination, the probability of you passing with the, in the examination is very high, because 94% of IITs can do a mistake. I mean, one can do 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. But when you take the averages, 94% of saying them, I'm going with answer B. So you are probably be very confident. Yes, I'm cool here because 94% IITians said, or whoever it is, right? That's the whole concept. We follow the same here too in ThinkSabio. If many institutions invested in one stock, then we will understand, then we'll believe, or we have the belief system. Oh, why this many institutions invested in this particular stock called DraftKings or Neo or whatever the stocks we identified. The reason why we believe institutions is, as you all know, institutions have a lot of money, millions and billions, and they can afford very talented people like PhDs, mathematicians, statisticians, astronomers, MDs, you name it. All the whirlpool talent, they can afford to recruit them because they have money. So when all the whirlpool talent come into one place and they're all making a decision, common decision together, then probably the decision can go wrong. I mean, the probability of failure is very less. Of course, companies sometimes, even the hedge funds or institutions, they invest. If a company like LK, Luckin Coffee, they screw up, nobody can do it. Or even Wells Fargo, to that matter, they cooked up some books. There's some of the things can happen here and there. Even if this is what Peter Lynch says, if you invest in 10 stocks, 10 good stocks, if 4 of them fail, and if 6 works out, you are still good. That is the concept here. Let us accept the fact that every stock you or we invest may not be successful, although you try. One or two or few, here and there may fail. But when we are making a decision, we will take a very logical conclusion into our consideration. We're not just going to buy a stock just because it's a penny stock, or oh yeah, I looks like it's good one. I have some sentiment. No, those doesn't work in reality. We will only go with absolutely where the lot of institutions have invested and what is the product or what is the services that the company is offering, and do I understand that? These are the only two factors that at least I followed. As you know, I have no knowledge in stock market until 3 years ago, and I invested, and I was able to make at least almost 400% returns at one point. Of course, after that, February market fell. Now still I'm at 94% of the entire portfolio as of today. Truly, that's a phenomenal success. No experience by just following the test. The Tableau data, right? There's no complication, my friends. Here, the stock market is no big deal. This is what I came to a big conclusion, and I told very loudly, because you don't have to know all the financial acumen like EPS, earnings per share, balance sheet. I honestly, till date, I invested so much here in the stock market. I don't know how to read the entire balance sheet of any given company. I don't know. I don't have to know. This is an example I give it to everybody. If you are flying from Florida to Raleigh-Durham or Florida to Chennai, do you need to know all the full mechanics of how the aircraft works, all the mechanism? No, right? All you have to know is, I believe in this aircraft, Lufthansa or whatever you are picking, and I repose my faith on the pilot. That is it. You get onto it and you board the flight. Or you go to hospital for a surgery. You don't have to know what the surgeon does. All you have to do is, I believe this hospital and the surgeon is really good. That is it. You surrender and your operation is done. The same is the concept here. The same, so many examples like that we can talk, right? So same is the concept here. If institutions are investing, I'm going to follow them. But again, institutions may invest in multiple companies, but you have to look at, do you really understand that company where you are investing? For example, NIO, it's an electric vehicle, EV in China. When we understand that NIO is at a very low price last year, it was almost trading $2 to $3 last year. We have seen the institutions which invested. There are some good number of institutions were there, like Tencent, Daily, Gifford. All these big institutions were there. Then we pulled the confidence. We gained the confidence. Yes, already Tesla proved its metal. It's doing really great. Okay, well, after Tesla, who is next in the line? Okay, well, NIO is doing really good in China because the government of China is also backing it. And who are the institutions into it? And then we got in. And believe it or not, it has given a phenomenal success for us. And I'll show you the proof, in my Robinhood, which is old account. I don't have it anymore. But if you look at my old history, it's still there. If you look at NIO, I'll show you how we captured it. at the early stages of the price. If you look at it here, so let's go back to the oldest date where we started investing in NEO, right? So if you look at it here, we have started investing in NEO when it was literally $3.99, right? And it was 4, 3, whatever the price ranges are. You'll see, we keep adding it. You can't buy all at one shot, because after the fact you buy, sometimes price may fall or price may go up. It fluctuates. Nobody on this universe can say exactly what is the entry point or the exit point. So we make a conclusion based on the data and also the product and service. We keep adding it, here and there, based on our availability of funds and whatnot. So we kept averaging it, $3, $4. That is the biggest investment, decision we have ever done in Thinksabio. That right now, as you see, NEO was trading at $37 right now. And at one point, it went to $66 also, 52-week high. So if we see it, if you invested at $3 and at least for right now price 37, you're almost talking about 12 times or 12x. 12 times your money is multiplied. So these are called multi-baggers. You catch them at the early stages and you invest and you forget it pretty much until your kids' education or your kids, whatever your parents, are building a home for your parents, whatever your goals are. See, that is the kind of investment style we are trying to follow in Thinksabio. Some you can leave it long term. Some you can do it, quick swing trade and make quick money. And then, things like that, basically, right? So likewise, we followed, many stocks like that. For example, another boasting stock which we talk is another stock called SE, C Limited, right? So this is also, we captured it at very low prices. We look at my history. If you go back, right, all the way, whenever we started investing, see, we started at picking at $37 literally. And if you look at SE right now, it's mind blowing, price over here. $354 is what right now it's trading. And literally with what price we got it? $37. And if you look at it, the investment returns on this one, I'll show you in my Telegram. If you see this is the real money, right? We invest, as this is as of Friday. I invested $30,000, as you see here, right? Ever since 2019. And today, you are looking at literally $389,000. $30,000. You're seeing with your own eyes right now. There's nothing magic here. This is as of October 15. This is a Wells Fargo app. That's where I am currently. And $30,000 investment turned out to be the market value $389K, which means the gain is unrealized gain because I haven't sold it. But if I sell it on Monday morning, this is where somewhere around this kind of a money I'm looking right now. Of course, subject to taxes, different story. But this is your gain, $359K, which is, this is a significant amount or monumental, phenomenal success. Does it mean that every stock that I invest will go like this? Probably not. That's unrealistic too. But what I'm trying to convey here is there is a probability or there is a possibility some of the stocks can be a multi-baggers. That is where we Thinksabio or our Thinksabio community in the group where we, chart and discuss. If you see here, we have a groups here. Thinksabio groups are there. We talk about it. People start asking questions and we keep sharing and all that. And Thinksabio, once we started back 3 years ago, we served 3 years at no cost. If you look at it, we have around 10,862 members were there, or actually 11,000 since we moved to, paid. Some of the people quit here because they are here. So last month, we converted to a paid group of $9 a month because we served 3 years and we invested almost $250K, without charging anything from the members. But because I was very passionate that I wanted to show them what is possible here, because I felt when I learned about the stock market and its power, then I thought, man, I missed it so many years, 18 years. I didn't know all this, the power in the stock market. But at least I want to let other people know, people who are like me, who are scared like me, 18 years not knowing or very fearful about stock market, now I need to give them more confidence and courage. That is why we have started the free group, and we gave this group 3 years. Even today, we still have free group, of course, but I may not be able to share a lot as much as I share here because it's a paid group, right? Of course, we have to respect people who are paying. We have almost, we reached actually as of yesterday, 1,005 members. Here you see my team has given me the update. So we are right now standing as of today, 1,005 paid members are currently benefited, and we are giving options also. We are giving latest news, and we are chart group, and we also have latest news channel, and reels group is where we post our stock picks. Here there won't be any cluttering. We just post whatever things Xiaobio is thinking, and whatever the things Xiaobio's best picks we post here. So people who are busy, who can follow the discussion group, they can follow the Reels group. So literally, you have 4 groups or 5 groups you get for $9.99 per month or 99 per year. That's very economical, is what we think. Okay. So coming back to the stories, as you see here, this is the kind of the progress we made. And of course, some stocks may not do well. So, that's where, one of the things have been in the video, they said PC square. PC square stands for patience, confidence, and courage. You can create wonders here. And if you look at it, this is my, bill account, bill meaning my brother-in-law. Okay. You see here how we converted, I took his account in September 13th, just 1 month ago. Right? When I took it, this portfolio was under losses. Truly. So what I did was I cleared off all his account, and literally, if you look at the history here, on September 13th, I took over. When I took it, it was $90,000 is what his account is. Okay. Yeah. So if you see September 13th, that's where I took over this account. I wanted to see what I can do differently, right? So you go back to September 13th, right? So this is where exactly I pitched into his account. So you see here, August 24th is where he did whatever he did and he stopped. So I took over on September 13th, and I cleared all his unwanted stocks and started investing into the very quality stocks. When I took over, the account is looking at 90K. So his real money was 50, and he borrowed 40K marginal from Robinhood. So after I clearing it out, I brought this account to literally to 180, 170 or 180. Let's see, 180K. The reason is, you look at here, his real money was 71K, but we were able to borrow 108K from Robinhood because we have quality stocks. I only have two stocks left today, Airbnb, Affirm. So you don't have to invest so many stocks. If you invest even in few with the quality stocks, literally the negative portfolio turned to be a profitable portfolio in less than a month. I'm not trying to brag here. All I'm trying to tell you all is the possibilities, what we can do in the stock market if you pick the right choices. Sometimes even I was in the same thought earlier, oh, I should buy so many shares, and, even if the quality was not good. I invested like that in the OTC stocks, and I lost money. I must admit the fact. I don't want to lie here. Okay. So now the lessons learned is you must invest only in quality stock, and you may have to have a quantity. Quality plus quantity matters, but not quantity alone. So that is what the lesson we all have to learn, or at least what we have learned here. Quantity is important, but along with it, the quality is very important. That's where you build wealth. Unstoppable wealth, you will build wealth. Otherwise, what will happen is, oh, okay, this penny stock or OTC stock, when no one knows, and it may be in the beginning stages. You never know. I mean, it may hit one, but you may lose another 4 or 5. It's no use. So my suggestion to, at least my small experience or little experience, what I learned is, invest first into rock solid stocks, build your portfolio, gain your money, and once you have the house money or your profits, then you come and play whatever you wanted to play. Because at that point, even you lose, you are not losing your hard-earned money. You are losing your gains. That's okay. Let's say you gain 30K. You play with 5K, whatever your wild dreams are. But don't play with your hard-earned money, thinking to become a millionaire overnight. That's not going to be the truth. 1 or 2 may succeed, or they may try to show off or whatever, but be in the reality. And if you have follow the logical, the sequences of finding the stocks, what we are doing in ThinkSabio, you can really build a wealth over a period of time. Overnight, nobody can do it, but you can build it. You see the example of SC, right? I have shown you clearly how we have built the wealth, in ThinkSabio using SC stock. That's only one stock I was giving, but there are so many stocks like that. We have an examples to prove, right? So that's the bottom line, what we can do here. So if you come to, real quick about our website, what our website can do is, there's so many good features. Nobody in the United States is offering like we are doing it. Remember, since I have no knowledge in the stock market, I designed the website with the help of my team. I said to myself, look, I don't have any knowledge or experience in the financial, information or anything. I wanted to invest based on the confidence and courage that I gain. So how do I gain the confidence and courage? If I know Morgan Stanley, or I know Bailey Gifford, or I know Renaissance Technology, or I know Fidelity, if they invest multi-millions into one stock, then I'm going to gain the courage. I'm going to get, why do they put $100 million in one stock? Why? Nobody is willing to lose money. So if they are putting $100 million or whatever their money is, there must be some compelling reason behind it. There is a strong reason, because their talented team, PhDs, mathematicians, they all come to a conclusion because they go to physically to the company location. They interview the CEO. They look at the product. They look at the services. They do all 9-year due diligence. Only then they satisfy, they invest into that company. That is what the institutions does. That is why we have to believe. See, you and I have to, do our own daytime job, and we don't have time as much as these institutions have time to go and research on that particular stock. At the most, you spend 5 hours or 1 hour, or 10 hours, or 2 days, 3 days. But you and I can only spend some quantity of time. It's not as much as these institutions put their time into it. That is why we have to believe the institutions. That's the whole concept of ThinkSabio. So let's look at the features we have. In ThinkSabio, we offer My Universe. So under My Universe, what you can do is you can have two portfolios you can design. One real portfolio, another one is virtual portfolio. In real portfolio, you can simulate or you can enter whatever the stocks you have in your Robinhood, Webull, or Charles Schwab, or whatever the accounts you have, you can configure here. All you have to do is you come here, say click, and then say you have Apple. Say I have Apple. Okay, how many shares you have in real? Let's say I have 200 shares. How much price you paid? I paid, $95. So you enter it here, right? So it will be added here in Apple, and then we will be keep tracking of Apple, And another feature here is health check. This is the beauty of ThinkSabio. Here, when you come here, we will keep showing you how the institution's behavior against your stock. This is a simple numbers, guys. Simple numbers. You don't have to see any complexity here. All you're dealing with the pure numbers. Okay. The stock that I invested, Apple, has 3,663 institutions in Q1 2021. And Q2, there were 3,708. That means the institution count went up by 1%. So this is how I'm going to look at it and see what against each of my stock, what the institutions are doing. That is it. Simple. Okay. There is another portfolio called virtual portfolio. Here we give, $10,000 money, unreal money, not real money, obviously, right? And people who are beginners, or people who are college students or high school students, they can invest in the stock market, and they can see what their stocks are doing. It's instead of you investing really into the real money, you can come here and use the virtual portfolio opportunity. And this is just like Robinhood. We give you, your stocks history, what you bought, all 9 years. We have done a very phenomenal job. Our team has done, what you bought, what you sold, all that history. This is very useful for people who are, like me back in 3 years ago. I don't know, I don't want to invest. Then you go and try it out in virtual portfolio. Then try it out how your picks are, or how our picks are doing, and then do your back testing to see how it will be helpful, right? And there's so many good features here. There is another feature which I love is, let's say your favorite hero, like favorite hero. Here you have a favorite institution, right? So let's say I have, go back to here. Let's say my favorite institution is Bailey Gifford. Okay, so from the stocks that I own, right, in my virtual portfolio, I love Bailey Gifford, or he's my favorite hero. Does he have stocks that I own? That is the comparison here we are trying to do. Oh, Bailey Gifford has Apple, Bailey Gifford has PD, LU, Yuxin. So they're all the stocks that I have. Also, if Bailey Gifford has, that means I'm gaining confidence. Giving another example, if you are writing an examination and you are doubtful whether you wrote your answer B right or wrong, then you turn around, you see the topper of your class, and he is also putting the answer B. Then you will gain the confidence, basically. That is all we are trying to do here. Okay, so that is the concept of my favorite institution, or let's say you like Morgan Stanley, and see if Morgan Stanley is present in one of the stocks that you bought. See, this is what we are trying to show you, the confidence. Square, Morgan Stanley was there. He has 28 million shares in Q1, and right now he has 28.9 million shares, which means he has added 448,000 shares. So this is just the pure numbers, my friends. You don't have to worry anything at all. All you have to do is go to the website and just spend a few minutes of time if you have time. If not, there is an option called Our Picks here, and ThinkSabio will post what we think are the good stocks. Right? This one, WTRH, we just posted on October 13th. It already gave 52% returns. See, some stocks will give quick returns, some stocks might take time. Right? That's where we will be making a uniform decision, and you will also see whether you will be able to connect to the stock and all that. Here we have a top quarterly stocks in Q3, what we have referred, the one that AFRM we just talked in my brother-in-law portfolio, which gave 6,000 returns. I mean $6,000 so far. This is we posted it on September 8th. If you invested on that day, it was $88, and right now it is it went up to $152. This is 72% returns, literally. Likewise, all the stocks information was over here. Those people who think, oh, I don't have time, I'm busy at my work, you can just come here. Every day we post on weekdays, and then all picks are quarterly or evergreen kind of picks are over here, right? That's another one. The another beauty over here is this is an unbelievable or incredible feature. So many we have added in ThinkSabio. It's a plain English. Okay, let's say you wanted to invest in NEO, right? Somebody's told you NEO stock is good. So you come here and all you have to do is search by symbol and put NEO, and then we give you wonderful information that no other website right now in the United States is giving like we are giving it. So here we show you what is the previous day's volume and what is today's volume, and what is the difference between yesterday and today. And 61% volume is going up, right? And we kind of predict the forecast on the day, what might be the price it can go up, right? So another thing is we give you, the institution counts. Previously, Q1, there are 566 institutions are there. In Q2, there are 628 institutions are there, which means institution count went up by 11% almost, which is a good sign. When institutions are adding up more into the stock, that means they are believing into it. They have a trust in the stock. That is the confidence we are gaining. See, the more people are investing, that means it's a good sign, obviously. More institutions are reducing, that's a sign that you need to get out too, perhaps. The more institutions, right? Here, you have 628 institutions. We are breaking it down by 5 categories. Remember this feature, this important point. Either you or me or any institution can only do 5 type of things to your stock. 5 type of activities we all can do. 1, you never had NEO, you bought now. That is newly buying. You already have 100 stocks of NEO or Tesla. Now you added another 50 to it. That is, you increased from 100 to 50. You have 100 stocks of Tesla, you sold 40 stocks. That means you reduced from 100 to 60 because you sold 40. Or you have 100 stocks of Tesla, but you did not touch it from the last 2 quarters. That means no change. You have 100 Tesla stocks, you sold all 100. That means you completely sold off. So that is how we break it down. And then we will show you, when the institution said there are 628 right now, we will tell you the breakdown. Oh, 239 increased their position, whatever the position, from 10 to 12 or 10 to 100 or 10 to 10 million, whatever the number is. 140 institutions newly bought in Q2. about the NEO stock. 96, they did not touch it. No change. Same numbers remained. 153 institutions reduced it. Maybe reduced meaning they may have made the money, they made the profit. They have cut it down and they moved on to another stock. And here we take top 10 hedge funds. Remember, you have seen the top 10 hedge funds. We show it here and then break and then compare it with the top 10 hedge fund and what did they do with my NEO stock. So one increased the position, one newly bought, and 4 reduced is what the total 6 are present in NEO. And this is the breakdown. We'll see it in a minute about this. So if you look at here, the top 10 hedge funds, here is one guy newly bought, that Renaissance Technology, who you have seen here, Renaissance Technology. So when you know Renaissance Technology is also is already proven metal, and this guy newly buying this NEO, this is going to give me the confidence. He has it one point of time. In quarter 2, he has 9 million. Quarter 3, he has 13 million. Quarter 4, he has only 3 million because he sold it off. You look at here, in quarter 3, let's see, look at here, right? In quarter 2, the price is $4. Quarter 3, it is $15. So he added more. Quarter 4, it became $38. So he sold it off, obviously 9 million shares or 10 million shares. He made his money. Look here how the price flew. $4 in quarter 2 became $15 in quarter 3. And quarter 4, it became 38. So if you had invested here, by the time it reached here, your money is multiplied almost 7 times. If you put 10K, it's 70K. If you put 1K, 7K. And right when it comes to quarter 1, it was 50. So $4 becoming 50, or it is now at quarter 2, 40. Now it is 37. You see the price fluctuations. So based on that, these hedge funds will be selling or they increasing or reducing. They play their game plan. Right? So this is another important feature that we provide. No other website has this kind of data. So this is where I came to an understanding that look at this particular data, my friends. You will get a wonderful information here. See, this 221 in quarter 1 institutions became 277 in quarter 2. And that became 384 quarter 3, 566, 566, 628. If you look at the numbers simply, you can understand that the numbers are going up or equal. That means institutions are believing into this stock, which means the stock is good, which is very simple mathematical proof. No big deal. If you look at the price history we provide, we'll sell it. Okay, what was the highest it ever went? $66. And year beginning, it was $53. Right now, it's 37. And highest price it ever went was $66 on February 9th. And given the current price, if it were to go back to this 52-week high, you can make 77% returns if you invest now, is what is the prediction, right? And here we show the count again. There are 628 institutions. We break it down and say how many increased and what are their shares, how much was their invested value. 8.9 billion. Reduced, 153 institutions reduced, and this is their breakdown, right? And here we also give you the breakdown of out of 628, who are the top 10 institutions which invested in this particular stock. So this guy, Bin Lee, has 174 million. Here you look at it here, right? So 174 million. And you all know Tencent Holdings, which is very largest financial or successful business organization in China. They have 164. And Bailey Gifford, this is our favorite institution. They invested 90 million. They reduced it to 2 million, but they're still in the game. You see their consistency here, right? They have been there ever since we have the data presented here. BlackRock, Vanguard, State Street. We all know Goldman Sachs. We know D. Shah. And D. Shah was, I don't know if he's presented here, but he's one of the top hedge fund managers too, in the stock market universe. So not just bank. This is in UK. But imagine the bank is investing is no kidding. Bank usually is very traditional. They look at a lot of factors. They look at everything is good or bad. Only then they give loans to us, right? Remember, the same way, if they are investing into NEO, there should be some strong reason. So those are the conclusions we make it, and then we make the decisions to invest into the stock. This is one of the features. I know we don't have time to go through all features, but I will cover one more feature here, compare symbols, right? Let's say you are so confused to invest between NEO and XPEV is another EV vehicle thing, stock, and there's another one, LI, Leo. So let's say your friend suggested Neo, your colleague suggested XPEL, and your neighbor said LI. So you are confused now. What do I do? So there is an option, or there is a feature called in ThinkSabio called symbols, compare symbols. You compare 3 symbols and tell me what is your best pick, right? So when I compare it here, so this is one section I'm going to tell you. You can now make a decision. So if right now the Neo is $37 and the highest it ever went was $66. So from here to here, if it goes, you are looking 77% returns for your money. For XPEO, it was 42 right now, but it went to 74 at one point. So if it were to go back to this price, you are looking 74% returns. For LI, it is 30 now, it went to 47 one point. So if you invest now, you are looking 55 is the probability to you can make it. This is one way you can make decision. There's another way is you look at the institution counts. So institution counts here went up consistently top. Every quarter it is going up. And right now there is 628 institutions are there. But XPEO, there's only 283. But still last 4 quarters, the institution counts are going up. And now this Leo also institution counts are going up. Now your call. What is my decision factor? Am I going with the total number of institutions being high? Then I close my eyes, I invest in Neo because there are 628 institutions believed into Neo. That's no kidding, right? Whereas XPEO has only 283. But XPEO is backed by Alibaba and Neo is backed by Tencent. So Leo, LI, Li Auto, there were only 222. So this is one of the factors you can make. So all numbers, my friends, to see, they're all simple, plain English numbers. There's nothing more complex to here. You just see who is there, who invested here. What are their numbers? Are they increasing their shares or reducing their shares? That's how you make the decision. That's all it is. Simple numbers, simple mathematical numbers. There's no confusion. You don't have to know anything. If you can read numbers, you are the king in the stock market using ThinkSabio. Okay. So one more feature I wanted to show is, let's say, let's go by the institution. Okay. You love Morgan Stanley, or you know very well about Morgan Stanley. You wanted to know what are all the stocks this Morgan Stanley is investing. So there is a beautiful feature that we give here, and we give unlimited filter options. I wanted to know what are the new stocks this Bailey Gifford invested. Morgan Stanley invested newly. Newly meaning in the Q1, they don't have the shares, but Q2, they added the shares. This is what I may be interested. What are all the new investment he made? I wanted to follow him or her. So Coin is the one with they invested, and Path is Path. I think UI, Path, you all know, Blue Prism and all that, right? So these are all the stocks they invested newly. So I may want to think about it. See, he invested so much, but we may not have that much money. So you pick the best out of here if you are following the Morgan Stanley. Or you go back to here and say, well, my maximum I can buy the stocks is in the $25 price range. Tell me what are the new stocks Morgan Stanley bought and they are under $25. Well, these are all the stocks. They're all under 25 price range. AGL, all these stocks. Now, again, you wanted to filter it. I love only particular sector. I love only, consumer cyclical. I'm just throwing it, right? An example. I wanted to buy only there. Okay, these are all the consumer cyclicals, and they're all under my price range, $25, and Morgan Stanley invested. Sky is the limit, my friend. Here you can say whatever the features you want, and then you can do, you can play with it like crazy. You can make wonderful decisions by using this data. As I've been repeatedly saying, nobody has provided this kind of website in the United States right now. Swear to God, nobody. They have done it, but they have dumped the data. You can't understand what they're giving it. Pentel, Whale Wisdom. There are so many, competitors for us. Or when I started, actually, I looked at those websites and I got frustrated. I said, I'm a beginner. What am I understanding from their websites? Nothing. That's where we started ThinkSabio. I said, okay, I know I'm a beginner. I know what I wanted, how I can gain confidence. This is what common people like me need it. That is the birth of this website and the features and all that stuff, right? So here you can use a lot of features. And if you don't want to see some of them, you can go to column visibility and say, I don't want to see, the rank, or I don't want to see the shares difference. I'm just giving an example. And then you can just hide it, right? You can hide these features. And if you want it again, you can again select it. There's so many things you can play with it, my friend. So you just go to ThinkSabio website. It's just $9.99 a month. I'm sure this is the price that we all can afford, or one biryani, or one, Starbucks coffee. You can say it. And if you don't like it, you can cancel it. If you don't want to take yearly, you can go with the monthly. But there's so many features, you can explore it here. And we'll do one more session to cover only the features. I'll cover one last feature here, one more. Compare institutions. Let's say I like Morgan Stanley, and I like Bailey Gifford. I love them. And I also like, Fidelity Management, right? I love Fidelity too. And let's say I love UBS group too. So these are the 4 institutions I blindly believe at any given time, because they're phenomenal. They have done an outstanding job in their stock market universe. So I wanted to know now, what are the common stocks that the 4 of them bought together, or 4 of them have it together right now. So this is incredible feature, my friends. Now, see, these 4, I believe them. Now, when the 4 of them invested in particular stock, I wanted to go blindly. I wanted to see what are the new stocks the 4 of them invested newly in this Q2. Well, so these are the stocks: OTLY, TSP, VMEO, GY, DLO. These are the stocks they invested. I wanted to go with 50 page so I can see. So these are the stocks they all invested together. This is the common stocks that 4 of them have together. When 4 of them have it common right now. So since you know all 4 of the institutions you believe, and 4 of them invested, I'm going to blindly invest. This is all belief system, my friends. No big deal. If these 4 who are successful and they are making a lot of money already, then I'm going to follow them. Follow, like Junior NTR song kind of scenario. Analogy here. So likewise, there are so many features, my friend, and I don't know we have time to cover all of them, but there's another one last feature. This is like build your own sandwich kind of a feature. I wanted to put a condition that, hey, I wanted minimum 200 institutions. Okay. I want a minimum YTD. So far from this year, I wanted a minimum 50% returns, and last 1 year, they should have given 100, and last 5 years, 100% returns. I wanted to know the stocks. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. So I'll put again 50% and then 100% returns, 100%. Let's see what's this. This is going to bring back. Okay, these are the stocks where the returns is always green. YTD is 50%, as I selected here. 1 year ago, 100% returns. 5 years ago, 100% returns. Now, I wanted to go back and add in a filter. I can only afford the maximum price is $25. Tell me stocks which I can afford at $25, right? Like some bug there. Sorry about it. I wanted to have 50% returns and 100% returns and 100%, and my maximum price range is $25, right? Let's see, there is a data. Yeah. So these are all the stocks which I can afford under $25 range, and they have done very well this year. They have given more than 50% returns. If you invested in these stocks in the year beginning, you are looking at this much returns this year. This year, January 2nd, if you invested, or January 3rd, whatever the working day, these are the returns you are looking at it, looking here. And they have given excellent returns in 1 year ago and 5 years ago. See, this is the beautiful feature. You can do it under build your own team. There's just so many things you can do it. You can play with it like crazy. You can build the money. I mean, you can build the wealth the way you want. You can select it, whatever you want. I wanted to, select only, financials or, consumer cyclicals, things like that. You can select it. There is nothing here, consumer cyclical under the price range, but, things like that you can go and do under build your own, right? So many features like that you can build it, and you can do a lot of wonders over here, right? So many things. We have options related information and the top 10 hedge funds, what they increased and, things like that. So we'll cover another session for all of you, just exclusively going with these features. We give free sessions every other weekend. If you can join, Anil, if you can ping wisely our free group in the chat group, they can pick it up. In case you are not ready to to take the subscription, there is a free group already we have. As you know, here the invest wisely is a free group. You can join there and you can see what we are trying to do, and then once you gain the confidence, you can come to the paid group over here. Okay, here there's a lot of discussion, guys. No weekdays, weekends, holidays. People will be talking, sharing their experiences, their success, failure, and all kind of open channel. Sky is the limit what you wanted to ask the questions, right? And we also have the options group, and then people share their success stories, failures, what the money they're making, which options they have selected, all kind of a good caring community over here. Sky is the limit. Those who wanted to religiously build wealth, this is the platform. We are open, we are transparent, we are, truthful. There's no magical here. We are always straight and truthful because our intent is to build wealth for all of you. People are sharing whatever there's the possible information is here, right? They're sharing their success story. Hey, this is this option I'm taking. This is the option I'm taking. Everybody is sharing, their possible information. This is my options trading. I'm also trying it out a little bit. Although I'm not big fan of options, I started seeing what is the possibilities out there, right? So we all open here. I share, what is the success story or failure. We're not afraid to show a failure. I mean, failure not yet because the expiration hasn't ended yet. But we share it truthfully, right? So that's all it is. So let's open up some questions and answers, and maybe around 15 minutes or so. Then we can conclude here. I hope we covered the best possible we could. So Anil, can you open up? Those who have questions, can you please raise your hand on the feature that you have in Zoom, so that Anil can let you talk. Or I think if everybody is open, maybe they can talk. So do you have any questions, team? So there's one question by Prasad here. How you pick stocks that appraise quick? So basically, the answer to that question is we pick stocks based on three different criteria. One, we will look at the price momentum. And we have a feature here under the reports, there is a gainers, decliners, and high volume, right? This feature is amazing. Feature is amazing that what we have is, many other websites might provide too, but what we give here is the institution counts, right? Which stock is trending every day. When you come here, you can see, what stocks are trending. This was yesterday's data. I mean, Friday's data, right? Friday, this is what the stocks are trending, and here we show you the counts, and here we show you the latest transactions, what are all occurring, and that's how we make the decision collectively. Here is the count. The counts are 403 counts. I mean, it's no brainer. When you see a lot of institutions are there and the stock is trending, I might want to get in quickly to either to do a swing trade or I want to invest long term, right? There's a lot of good features here, my friends. And if you want to do a back testing, you can go back and say, hey, if I invested on September 1st, what could be the possibilities here, right? So you can see it here, what are the possible returns here. If we had invested on September 1st on the stock OG, you would have gotten 232% returns. So this is what you can do a back testing. Oh, if I had invested in this SQQK on September 1st, the price is $3.16. Now it is $5.88. So that is 86% returns. So likewise, you can go to decliners, high volume, and all kind of this stuff. There's so many features you can play around, right? So that's one question I see. So is there any other questions anybody has? Anil, can you see if you can open it up?
Yes, I write the.
Okay, or you can open up too. I think pretty much we are done. So,
Yep.
So anybody can talk or comments or, questions or what other things you think you might need to make it even more better and productive. Madhu, and I know Venkat, you brought all of your friends, buddy. Yeah, I'm so grateful and thankful for all your efforts that you have put in. I hope we are enlightening or igniting the community, the power in the stock market. Because again, had I not seen this article today, I would not be in the stock market. But you know, but I'm so glad I learned about this. The power in the stock market. I see phenomenal success, and I'm sure everybody can be. If I can do it, everybody can do it. And you have seen the testimonials too. Many people are successful, but the key thing here is PC square. You have to have patience, confidence, and courage, and you have to pick the right choices. You can't put in some OTC stock and keep praying every day. Oh, I bought 500,000 shares. If it even goes $1, I have $500,000. That's a dream that probably may not happen all the time. Let us not do unrealistic things, but do realistic things and pick right choices and right picks, solid picks, and we can easily build a wealth. You don't have to spend even hours and hours every day too. You can just pick some good stocks, invest and fire and forget it. You don't have to spend time if you are a busy person in work or in your own way.
So Sairam, thank you so much for your demonstration, and then this is a great tool and has so many options. And so one question, Sairam, maybe the general question, right? How to know when to enter and when to exit? So do you have any recommendations
That
on
is a
that?
$1 billion question that nobody has an answer, but including Peter Lynch or even Renaissance or anybody. It's kind of challenging because the entry is pretty much the moment. What at least I'll share my experience, right? That today I came to know about a stock, or for example, giving a live example, right? Look at the Affirm, right? Affirm is the stock I invested in my brother-in-law account. If you look at the history, right? Let's look at the practical case. Okay. So let's see the history. Where is the history here? Okay, history, right? So literally, if you look at this thing, I came to know about a firm on September 17th. See, by the time stock has already moved, when we think you said, when it is $86, we identified the stock last quarter when it is 86. Even I couldn't invest for whatever reasons. I may not have money, or I didn't really think well, or whatever. But on September 17th, I realized the potential of this stock. $116, we got it, right? And then we invested. And then September 21, it fell. So we added again few stocks. And then October 7th, it again recovered. See, for 109, it became 138. You see the price variations? Nobody can tell the price variations, buddy. Nobody can say accurately on so-and-so date, Prasad, you go and buy it. It's not like our muhurtas, we do it, our weddings and all that. You can't do that. I wish there is a way. So we can go to temple and ask, hey, priest, when can I buy Affirm? There's no one can know it, truthfully. You see here, 116 became 109 and then became 138. Nobody knows on this one, right? But what we can do is we start investing when we know, okay, this is the money I have, I'll invest a little bit. Okay, it fell. Now, if I have money, I will add more. You have to invest by phases wise, because after the fact, some stocks may go up or some stocks may go down. So if you have $100 example, you buy $25 this week, observe it. Next week, if the market falls, add another 25 or add another 25 the following week. Something like that. Somehow you have to do it. Depends on your personality and all that stuff, right? And exit strategy, see, the Affirm is really doing good. And it has very good institutions, and it has very good potential. If you look at the stock, right, Affirm, you see I come here and then look at it, who is there, how many institutions there. 197 became 218. That's a good number. And who are the hedge funds here? There are three hedge funds invested. And who are the top 10 institutions are here? Well, Bailey Gifford is there. He's a very successful, wealth builder. And he's there. FMR is there. Fidelity, we all know. Fidelity invested 6.9 million. JP Morgan Chase invested 6 million shares. All these kind of things, we look at it and then we think, wow, this is a good one. And yesterday, I was trying to show a demo to some other people. And I came to know when I was showing about Harvard, and Harvard also invested in Affirm. You look at here, AFRM, they have invested in that particular stock. Like let's search for it, right? AFRM, or look for newly bought in Harvard. Harvard investing is no kidding, right? Because they are very successful institutions. See, Affirm invested. Harvard invested into a firm last quarter. In Q1, they don't have it. In Q2, they bought 477 shares, which is almost right now the value is $30 million. Right? So this is how we will make the decisions, buddy. The exit strategy is, let's say you say I wanted 100% returns, and then you can quit at that point, or if the stock is really moving up, you can, you have to really wait. For example, if you look at my example of SC, I bought for $37. When it reaches $80 or $74, then I can say, well, I doubled my money, and then I could have pulled my string. But imagine if I did it right now, the price is $354. Well, did I do the right decision if I pull it? Well, I got my doubled money. I'm happy. I'm okay. But the potential is it became 10x if I were to stay back. So those are the decisions we can do collectively in the group. Then you can ask, hey guys, I wanted to sell it off SC, or you have a financial needs, or you are in dire need to pay your college fees for your daughter or son, whatever, right? Scenarios could be different. But we will look at the business model, and then we see, and then we will decide whether to stay long or short. Some of the stocks you have to let go. Like SC, for example, they are right now predicting this will go to $400 per piece per stock. So in that case, why would I sell it, right? Because I paid only literally $28. My average is $28. My SC stock, right? In that case, why would I go and close it, right? If you look at it, right? If you see here, I'm not going to. It will never go back to. It will never fall from $354 to $28. It's out of question, right? No matter how bad the stock does, it may fall at the most $20, $30, $50. But my $28 average can go wrong. So I'm not going to lose anything. I'm going to stay back. So likewise, we will be making some sort of decisions. I hope that was close to some, the answer you're looking for. It's kind of hard, but we have to pull the strings based on the institutions and the product and service and how their future. NEO, for example, I'm not going to touch it. NEO, I have very good number of shares, and my average is $6.80, right? And I'm going to stick there. If you look at it, NEO, right? My average is as $6.62. So I'm not going to lose anything. I'm going to stay there. And if it ever goes to $100 from 3 years from now, or $200 from 5 years from now, I'm going to build a tremendous amount of money in the NEO, because you got it at a very low price. Same is the case with Tesla, Microsoft, or Amazon, and all that. Those are the stocks you will know based on the progress they're doing. You will retain them. Some of the swing trades, you get your 20%, you are boom, you are out of it. You're not staying into it. So we will have to make a decision which one is long term, which one is short term, based on the cap or the market cap, or the the trends that it is having right now. We'll make the decision. So that's how we make it. Any other questions? Anybody has any other questions, comments, or the features you think we don't have might be useful if we have it, kind of a feel? I know somebody was asking about the dividends. We have the stocks information about dividends too. It's under the reports. If you go here, we have quarterly data and dividend summary. Here, if you go to here, we have a dividend summary. These are all the stocks, quarterly, all the kind of information is out there. So you can go over and then, look at the dividend story. Okay. There's a lot of features there. You have to just spend a little bit time. And we have another beautiful feature called Dow Theory. That means every week, if the stock is going up, the average, every week average, if the price is going up, then they will fall under the Dow Theory uptrend. From the last 4 weeks, this particular stock, Oracle, the averages are going up. 70, 87, 88, 89, 91, 95. So what does that mean? The average price is going up. That means it's an upward trend, right? So likewise, Uber, everybody can know it. $39, became 44, 45, 46, 47. The average of that week. So that means its gaining is 19% is gaining in the last 4 weeks. So this is going to give you the trending. And then you pick it up. And likewise, we also have the downward trend, right? What are the stocks which are going every week down, 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 down? See, it's 261 became 256, 248, Likewise, you can also select, I want to know what are all the stocks which are falling from the last 10 weeks, the averages. So these are the stocks which are falling consistently 10 weeks, whatever the amount could be. So you may want to pay attention to it, why it is falling or what your action should be, things like that. Okay, guys, if you don't have any questions, I think we can conclude it, and you can join the either paid group or unpaid group, whichever you're comfortable, but it is worth for what you will be getting it, because for $9, we are giving 5 groups in Telegram, and we have unlimited institutions data and unlimited, symbols you can search here. If you go to institutions, you can go with Harvard or, we have other institutions. I have Yale University. You all know Yale too. If you go to Yale, Yale University, you go and search for it. You can move the mountains literally using this data. You go here and then say, hey, what are the Yale University newly bought? I want to know. Well, these are all the stocks Yale University buying. What else I wanted to know, my friends? They are no kidding. They are the top university in the world or in the US, whatever. So the Yale University bought in the left, ASAN and DocuSign, SFIX, UPST. I'm going to close my eyes. I'm going to buy it. Because the belief system is not on the stocks, but the belief system is on the Yale University. So likewise, here you have Yale University and there is a Brown University. You all know all these, the university names, right? Brown University. So Brown University. I want to know where they are investing, right? So I wanted to see their newly bought stocks. So they bought in OWL. I don't know why they bought into OWL, but there should be some reason. They invested almost 400 million, half a billion dollars, close to 35 million shares they invested into OWL. I wonder why. We don't know. We will come to know only after the fact. Right? But we have to believe there is a reason why Brown University is invested. Or you can go to, again, compare institution, like the feature we talk, and I believe Brown, and I believe Harvard, right? Harvard University, Harvard Management, and I believe Yale University. Now I want to know what is the common stocks they both have. Looks like they don't have any common stocks. Okay, let's see if Harvard and Brown has any commonality. Yes, they both had RPRX. So if they both of them are investing into RPRX, I should really think about why they both invested into this stock. So those are the things you can play around in the website where nobody is providing like we are doing, right? So those are the features. Whichever the institution you like it, you can Harvard and Yale. If I compare it, there is one stock commonality. They both invested into VEA. I don't know what the stock is, but if you see it here, the Yale University increased from 33,000 to 4 million shares. That's no kidding. So this company is Vanguard FTSE Develop ED Market, something like that. So you can research what is VEA. So I come here and say, hey, what is VEA stock or whatever it is. So, Vanguard Developed Market. It's index fund. I think index funds are always safe. I think they both have put some money in their index fund. So things like that. You choose the university or the institution who you like, right? And then come here and then you play with compare institutions. So many features, literally, so many features here. So we'll cover another time. And I think I'm done from my end. If you don't have anything, I think we can conclude, guys. I hope it's impactful or useful or resourceful information we have provided you. If you have any questions, you can ping us offline or and then take it. But I'll tell you one thing before I conclude, my friends. We're not doing any marketing here. I am a person who was scared stock market 18 years. I was literally scared. I never invested. But 3 years ago, when we found this method, I'm unstoppable. I'm actually clearing my other real estate here and there investments, and I'm bringing all the money over here into the stock market because I have absolute confidence and courage here because we can create multi-millions of dollars or billions. Sky is the limit. But you have to have a patience, as we talked about PC square. If you have those two, you can build wealth in few years. You can tell proudly to your friends and family, your wives, and say, hey, we'll be a millionaire or we'll be a billionaire, whichever one you want to choose. And let them laugh at you. Really, that's the naysayers will look at you when you say that statement. But they don't know the possibilities, they don't know the probabilities. But we have the capability, we have the power, we have the skill, we have the talent because of the data. That's all it is. I'm not smart. I'm an average student. Many of you know I failed in my MCA in JKC College, one subject, first failure ever in my life. But again, it doesn't matter whether you are a brilliant, an average, or medium. You can do wonders in the stock market because it's simple numbers, plain simple English numbers. That's all it is. You don't have to know anything about balance sheet, EPS, YPS, whatever those kind of big terms. No big deal. All we know is who invested and what is the company, what is the services. Can I connect? Is my heart connecting to the business that they are doing? That is it. Okay. Thank you all. I'll see you all later. Thank you all. And again, thank you to Venkat and Madhu who brought Anil, and many of you worked together to bring your friends and families today. I know holiday weekend and coming, I hope it's good, useful session for you, and you think differently now how the stock market. Okay. Thank you all.